In this lecture, we are going to discover warp tools. I'm going to place the cursor right here on the width tool, click and maintain, and inside I find 7 tools that we can use to warp shapes in Illustrator. I'm going to try them one by one, and each time you will see what type of result we can get. I'm going to start with the first one. When I use this tool and click on shape, nothing happens. But if I click, maintain, and move the mouse, you see what happens, how the shape is changing. I can double click on the tool and I can change the size of the brush from 100 to 300, and same thing here. I'm gonna click on OK, and now I have a bigger brush and I can warp like this. I can warp from the inside out like this, and I can also warp from the outside in. I'm gonna warp the star now. And just like that, I completely changed the shape. I'm gonna move to the next tool, twirl tool, selected. If I click, you see what happens to the shape just by clicking like this. If I click and maintain, see what we get. And when I click and maintain for a long time, look what happens. I'll do the same thing here. And this time I'm gonna place the cursor outside and click and maintain. Gonna put this one inside, click and maintain. I'm gonna click, maintain, and move the cursor. And we get this result. Gonna move to the next tool, the pucker tool. I'm gonna click inside the shape like this, make clicks inside the shape, and you see what's happening to the shape. If I make clicks outside, see what's happening. If I click and maintain outside the shape, I get this result. If I put the cursor inside and I click and maintain, I get this result. I'm going to warp this star now. Click and maintain. Click and maintain. Click and maintain. Click and maintain and click and maintain. I can put the cursor right here. Click and maintain. And you see what's happening. We get this result. I'm going to move to the next tool, the bloat tool. When I click on the shape using this tool, you see what's happening. I'm clicking inside the shape. I'm making clicks inside the shape. If I click outside the shape, you see what's happening. If I click and maintain, we get this result. If I put it outside and click and maintain, I get this result. Now I'm going to transform this star to a shape that looks like a flower. Now I'm going to move to the next tool. Scallop tool. I'm going to make clicks inside the shape and you see what's happening. When I make clicks inside, I'm going to now make clicks outside. And you see what's happening to the circle. If I click and maintain inside, this happens. If I click and maintain outside, this happens. I can do it again and get this result. Now I'm gonna warp the star, click maintain, click and maintain and move the cursor, and we get a shape just like this. Next tool, crystallize tool. I'm gonna make clicks inside the shape and you can see what's happening. Gonna make clicks outside shape and you see what we get. If I put the cursor inside and click and maintain, I get this result. If I click maintain and move, I can get this result. If I put it outside and click and maintain, I get this result. Now I'm gonna warp the star, click maintain and move. And we get this result. We move to the last tool, which is the wrinkle tool. I'm gonna make clicks like this and you see what happens. I can click maintain and do it several times, move the cursor like this. And we get this result. If I try on these sides, nothing happens. Why? Because when I double click on the tool Here we have wrinkle options. Horizontal is set to 0%. I can change this to 100%. Okay, now if I try, now you see the size are changing. Gonna do the same thing here with this circle. We get this result. Gonna double click on the tool. This time I'm gonna change the complexity from 1 to 15. Okay, and I'm gonna warp the triangle, and you see what type of result we get. I'm gonna do the same thing here with the star. And we get this result.